Music.
Live from the fabulous five-star skyscape at Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens, it's Zoo View Window to the Wild.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm Jordan Wilkerson.
And I am David Benfield. Thank you for joining us at the J. Wayne and Dolores Bar Weaver Manatee River, which happens to open up next Friday, March 6th.
It is so beautiful here, and I mean, I love the music. We're getting in the
great.
zone here. This is all part of the Rejuvenation, and here to tell us about it is the president and CEO of the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens, Dr. Jeff Etling. Great to see you again.
Doctor, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Me here this morning.
So this whole area has been about 5 years in the making, right? So what exactly is going to be happening here?
So this is going to be the new entryway for our guests to get into the zoo and botanical gardens. It's also going to provide the opportunity for the first time where you can make a complete loop of the zoo and botanical gardens. As you currently come in, you get all the way down to Land of the Tiger, you have to double back. So we're going to eliminate that by rotating everything 90 degrees from the current entrance.
And this can also be an event space.
That's correct. So it's not only a way to get our guests in and out of our campus, but it's a place for corporate parties, for wedding receptions. We've got a banquet center upstairs. We've got full catering kitchen behind this wall. So it has a lot of opportunity that we've never had before.
And how does this ultimately help the animals then? Because that's why we're here.
Yeah, so every guest that comes here to visit is helping us with our conservation programs here and around the world. $1 from every admission, $4 from every membership goes into our conservation budget. So you're doing a good thing for the planet when you come to visit us.
That's amazing. And the QR code is right there on your screen, so scan that now if you want to help. Remember, this is a nonprofit organization, so every dollar that you donate helps to take care of all these amazing animals and the gardens.
That's correct.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for having us. We're going to learn a little bit more along the way. And actually, this fabulous new entrance is so beautiful. And once you are inside, there's so much to do. A very popular program is called the Total Experience. So beyond the beautiful gardens, David, and exhibits, you can get up close and personal with the animals behind the scenes. We did that a couple times. You're going to see that in just a little bit. Yeah, really excited for that. But right now, wildlife wanderer Curtis Dvorak is inside the zoo with our safari cam. And I hear you have some birds with you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, guys. I'm out here at one of my favorite places at the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens. It's Lory Landing, where you can feed these beautiful, beautiful, brightly colored birds like that. Now look, if they land on you, that's okay, but don't try to make them land on you. I'm also joined here by Adrian Thompson, one of our lead interpretive guides. Adrian, tell folks about these lorikeets here.
All right. So we do have two species of lorikeets. So the ones that are feeding from me right now are called coconut lorikeets. They're noticeable because they have the black stripes on their chest. We also have rainbow lorikeets. They have an orange and yellow chest. And these guys are native to Australia, and they pollinate flowers all over Australia with a special tongue called a brush tongue. And they collect nectar, and then they also collect the pollen, and then they pollinate all.
And the reason we don't want you having them land on you or try to make them land on you is because when they bite, it stings.
It's nasty.
It does sting a little bit. But this is one of my favorite spots. This is part of the Total Experience ticket. And the Total Experience ticket lets you feed lorikeets, lets you feed the giraffes, lets you feed the stingrays, you can ride the carousel, you can go in the 4D theater, and you get to ride the train. So it's really the total experience at Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens, hence the name. But no, it's really cool. Anybody's allowed to come through here. All guests can come through Lory Landing. But when you come here, our interpretive guides like Adrian will be here to tell you about these beautiful birds and help you if they do land on you. Because, they've eaten everything we've given them so far.
Yeah, they eat really fast and get full really quick.
For those out there who are going to buy the Total Experience ticket, what are the times that they need to plan to feed the lorikeets?
Yeah, so our first feeding starts at 10:30 and lasts 11:30. Then there's 12:30, and then the last one is at 2:30.
All right, there you go. So get the Total Experience ticket when you come out here to Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens. And again, you'll get a chance to feed these colorful birds. Who else? Anybody else hungry? Any more stuff? All right. I'm going to get some more food here. We're going to head over to Warthogs after this. We'll see you in a little bit.
Feed the birds. There are over 2,000 animals that still need feeding. So scan the QR code and show those animals some love.
That's right, because your zoo's mission, our primary mission, is preservation, but a close second is also education. So we challenged area media schools or media programs in area schools to send us some little packages to educate everybody about the zoo. So let's check this next one out.
Action.
A core purpose of the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens is education. And with that in mind, we issued a challenge to area high school media classes to create feature stories about an animal or habitat at the zoo. 8 area high schools from 4 counties took up the challenge.
First school is...
On the January 15th edition of First Coast Living, we had a random drawing to assign topics to schools, giving them 1 month to create their story. Each school brought their own equipment, their own team, and their own questions to the zoo. The challenges are real world, as each team had to deal with logistics, limited time on location, animals who didn't read the memo, and some of the coldest weather on record on the First Coast. The stories were limited to 3 minutes and will be shown throughout the 2 Zoo View live broadcasts. The videos were judged using the same scoring system as the Emmy Awards, and the winner will be announced during the live 7:30 show on ABC 25. In addition to bragging rights, the winning school will receive $1,000 from Gemstone Media, the broadcast media company televising the Zoo View programs. All of the videos will have a continuing life on the video boards at the new zoo entrance, and you may see them from time to time on First Coast Living.
All right, so here is the first high school challenge story. It's from Douglas Anderson School of the Art. They're gonna kick us off with some cats that are near and dear to Duval. I'm talking jaguars.
The jaguar, the largest big cat in the Americas, whose name means wild beast or predatory animal, and whose name was chosen as the title for our very own Jacksonville football team due to its reputation of strength and agility. But even this mighty animal is not untouchable from the effects of the world around it. For decades, jaguars were recognized as an endangered species, and despite being moved to the category of near threatened, it's clear that this species has and still is facing dangers all around it.
Hello, my name's Kyle Pretlow. I'm coming in from DEA, tuning in here at Jacksonville Zoo with not just these jaguars, but with these ones too. And I'm here with one of the jaguar keepers right here.
Hi everyone, my name is Tina and I am a mammal care specialist here at Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens.
What can you tell us about the causes of jaguars being nearly threatened as a species, and what do you think are the main things that are affecting the species as a whole?
The primary reason for their species decline is, of course, habitat loss due to deforestation for agriculture and ranching, as well as species fragmentation and, of course, farmer retaliation. Not only that, but also poaching for the illegal wildlife trade and, of course, the decline of their own prey species.
Due to the issues of poaching and habitat loss, with their environments mainly being in tropical forests and wetlands, their homes are often cleared out by industrial companies for materials. And without intervention, it could mean the extinction of this once powerhouse of an animal. Luckily, there are things being done to prevent this all around the world, and this can be seen at places such as the Jacksonville Zoo itself.
What can you tell me about the breeding programs being facilitated at the zoo for the jaguars?
So our jaguars here are part of a species survival plan, which is a part of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. And we are dedicated to long-term conservation for many species all over the world. Our main goal is not to breed them, to put them back into the wild, but just to educate the public, and we want to create a valuable, genetically diverse, healthy jaguar population to do that.
The jaguar's strength is not only an outstanding characteristic, but a representation of the strength and resilience being used to ensure this mighty beast will remain on our beautiful and valuable planet, and within our very own Jacksonville Zoo to be forever treasured and appreciated. Go Jags!
It was great hearing from you, Tina. And thank you, Jacksonville Zoo, for letting us learn about the only jaguars cooler than these ones.
Absolutely, anytime.
That's amazing. Okay, so they tell me Banks, the little jaguar born here in Jacksonville, is now at a zoo in Texas. Aww. That's where he'll be starting a brand new family. Hey, and a couple little fun facts real quick. So, did you know that a jaguar is so fearless that they will jump into water to attack a crocodile?
No, I did not know that.
They will. They're crazy like that. So they have the strongest biting force of any large cat, even bigger than a lion.
Oh gosh, well we love our jaguars here in Duval. Great job, Douglas Anderson. All right, well coming up a little bit later, well first of all, you're looking at the new Manatee River. So exciting, but coming up, we're gonna be painting with elephants. Yeah. The elephant does the painting though, we are not painting elephants. You'll find out coming up.
Whoa, Welcome back to the brand new ViStar Skyscape at the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens. If you want to help animal conservation and keep our zoo among the best in the nation, scan that QR code right there on your screen, and you can help keep this place as beautiful as it is today.
That's right. And I mean, the animals need it, right?
They do.
We love our animals and the gardens.
Absolutely.
We want to preserve those and make sure that they're taken care of.
For sure.
Meanwhile, we want to tell you about one of the coolest behind-the-scenes experiences that you can do right here at the zoo. We got a fantastic look at how animals can kind of interact with us.
Yes.
Painting with the elephants. Check this out.
Shake. Hold it. Paint. Good. Paint.
So cool that they can pick things up with their trunk, and I mean, it's amazing.
There's so much dexterity with the
Paint.
trunk.
Good. Tina, paint. Give it. Good girl.
I wonder what she's making.
I know, this is awesome.
Good. Hold it. Paint. Good girl. Paint. Good. Paint.
I feel like she really enjoys it.
That's so cool.
Especially with all the treats.
Yeah.
Good girl. All right.
We got a little paint on the tip of her drop.
Oh.
Hold it. Paint. Good girl. Paint. Good. Paint.
Can't wait to see it. Yeah, we're gonna have to put this on the bookshelf.
Yeah, this is definitely has to go on the bookshelf.
Look at
Whoa,
it! You
yay!
did so good.
That's awesome.
Very abstract.
Yeah, I love
Yes.
it. Good job. Okay, so Charlie, walk me through the process. So say
Yes,
I
the
show up at the
experience.
zoo and I'm like, I'm here to paint with the elephant. Walk me through my whole deal.
Yep.
So what we'll do is our interpretive specialist will actually have you come back to our barn, and we'll meet you at the barn, and we can we'll stay more towards the doorway.
Okay.
But we will have you pick out whatever colors you want. These were just the ones that
cool.
Shelby and I chose for today.
Okay.
And we'll let you pick out the colors that you want, and we kind of go over everything with you. And then we also just tell you, okay, this is our elephant and giraffe barn. We house elephants on this side, we house giraffes on this side. And sometimes we might have a giraffe back so you can see a giraffe a little bit closer. Just depends on what they decide to do for the day. They're big animals.
Yep.
They can choose what they would do and don't want to do. So then once we finish the painting portion, as long as the guests are happy with how it looks, because it's obviously very abstract.
Yes. Beautiful.
And you know, Sheena's her own artist.
That's
Great
right.
job.
We also will show people the different behaviors that we do with them on a daily basis. So we do train them at least once a day. So doing this is extra enrichment for them because they get trained another
Right.
time, another time of the day. So we will show them, we ask them for their feet. Their foot health is super important. We show them their ears earlier.
Yeah.
That's how we draw blood from them.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, so we are able to draw blood from their ears. It's the thinnest skin on their body. So you can draw
You can kind of see some veins through there then. Is that what the
Yeah.
part of the wrinkling?
Yep, absolutely.
That's so
So we'll go through stuff like that, and as long as she's here, she will participate. And as long as she has food, she'll participate.
And how long typically is the experience? I
Honestly,
know it can vary with
it can. So it depends on, because sometimes she's not really the best painter. Or she'll focus on so you can see there's a lot of white there. So
Right.
she'll
The easel
focus
got
on
some paint.
one corner and one canvas gets painted, so we kind of have to
But
rotate.
it's so cool because every time it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, it can be anywhere from like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, but that's including the painting portion, and then we answer any questions that you might have.
Very
So,
cool.
we've had them go for quite a while because people do have questions about these amazing animals.
What days of the week are these offered?
Fridays and Saturdays.
Fridays and Saturdays. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, Fridays and Saturdays.
Well, thank you so much for this.
Yeah,
It was
thank
very
you.
cool.
This is amazing. You know what? We are going to take this.
Yep, we got to put that on the set.
And we're going to put this on our set because this is so rad. Charlie,
love
thank
it.
you so very much.
Yes, thank you.
Come on out, enjoy yourselves, guys. This is amazing.
And here
Look
it
at it,
is.
it's so great.
Isn't that so cool?
That
Okay,
is
so we
really,
were
really
like,
cool.
how do we want to portray
how do you orient
this?
it, right? I don't know.
But this looks like a very famous mouse that resides in
I
Orlando.
like it when we did the other way. So what did they say before? It was like almost like an airplane going through and dropping stuff on a forest or something like that. So that was kind of cool, right?
I love it.
But you know
So
what I find really, really
abstract.
interesting is the fact that most of the behaviors that these animals learn, like painting with the elephants and things like that, it's really to help the animal in order for the handlers to administer health stuff,
Right, the medicines
exactly, and
and-
things like that, right? So it gets them used to everybody, so they can get
That's
in
a good
there
point,
and
yeah.
help take care of the animals. It's amazing.
And it's enrichment.
It is super
You know,
cool.
they do it until they want, and then they're like, I'm done.
I thought it was really, really great. But we got much more to come, right? What do we
Yes,
have?
that's right, because next up in our high school challenge, Atlantic Coast High School tells us why flamingos are in the news.
From zebras to elephants, even gazelles, Jacksonville Zoo has it all, even stingrays.
Hey there, y'all. I'm Gavin Heimbach from Atlantic Coast High School, home to the Stingrays. But
Today isn't about these guys. Instead, we're going to be shifting focus to more colorful creatures, the Caribbean flamingo. The Caribbean flamingo is the largest species of flamingo native to the West Indies, northern South America, including the Galapagos Islands, and the Yucatan Peninsula. It is a cultural icon for the U.S. state of Florida, where it was formerly abundant in the southernmost regions.
And here's what the locals have to say.
Alright, sir, do you by chance know what our state bird is?
I should know that.
I'm gonna go flamingo.
I want to go flamingo.
Well, you'd be surprised that's actually the northern mockingbird. Have you ever seen a northern mockingbird in Florida?
Not that I probably have, but couldn't identify it.
Well, surprisingly enough, we are trying to pass the flamingo as our state bird right now. For some reason, it's not already the state bird. Do you have any comments on that? Do you think the flamingo should be the state bird?
I agree. That would make way more logical sense.
I think so too. Thank you for your time with us, sir.
No worries, no worries.
Despite the flamingos and Florida's rich history, it's actually not the state bird. Here's what the bird specialist has to say.
Something really cool is that government officials actually want to change the Florida state bird to the Caribbean flamingo. So right now it's the mockingjay, and while it does embody Florida, state officials are wanting to change it to the Caribbean flamingo just because of all the tourism and souvenirs that we basically put them on. They're basically like a staple here in Florida to support that tropical image. So like it hasn't been passed yet, but basically they want to change the mockingbird. They want to change the mockingbird, so we're not going to lose it. They want to change it to be our songbird for the state, and then the state of Florida wants the state bird to be the Caribbean flamingo.
Lawmakers welcome the flamingo home during all seasons, especially during the breeding season.
They have very elaborate and extravagant breeding displays. They'll start stomping their feet on land, and then they'll open their wings for a big wing display to basically show off their physique and let their mates know that they are in prime breeding condition.
Speaking of prime conditions, here are the things the zoo does to keep the flamingos in their prime.
We do make special accommodations such as adding water to their ponds when it starts to get low. I know the rainfall starts to kind of dwindle back, and so we are constantly adding water into their ponds and making sure that they can stay warm through the water. But because of our nice tropical weather that we have here, we're able to house these guys year-round outside for everyone to view.
And that's the story of the Caribbean flamingo.
So cool.
That's amazing. Okay, so the bill, to make the flamingo the official state bird passed the Florida House 112-1. So now it's off to the Senate.
Whoa.
But I gotta ask, the one no vote. I mean, what, they have like a plastic mockingbird in their yard or something?
No, we've got flamingos in our
exactly.
yard, right?
This is Florida.
All right, well, coming up after the break, Baker County introduces us to the two-toed sloth. I'm so excited in our next high school challenge. Oh, and this is not a flamingo, David. This is better known for its eyes than its color. Stay tuned to meet Amadeus.
Ooh, cool. All right, we are taking a look now at an eastern bongo. Look at that guy. That's awesome.
And the guy earlier was a tortoise, by the way.
Yes, it was. It absolutely was. Look at that face.
Beautiful.
All right, welcome back to Zoo View, Winter of the Wild. Did you know that your annual membership to the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens gives you unlimited visits for an entire year? It's an incredible community asset, and it is perfect for the family. I cannot wait to bring my little daughter here one day.
Oh my gosh.
She's too young right now. But
Oh yeah, she's gonna love it. And there's nothing like getting up close and personal with the animals, right?
Cool.
And we're about to get as close as we can to the Verreaux's eagle owl. I hope I'm saying that right. With friend Anne Marie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for coming.
Holy cow. Okay, so what can you tell us about
Holy cow,
Amadeus?
that thing's eating things.
So Amadeus is our ambassador Verreaux's eagle owl. So he's a little camera shy right now, but great he took his reinforcement. He is 11 years old, and he has been here since he was 1 month old.
Wow, this is so amazing. Where are owls found in the wild, like this type found in the wild?
Verreaux's eagle owls are going to be found in sub-Saharan Africa, so they're going to inhabit more open woodland rather than any rainforest.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what is his diet? I saw you just fed him something. It looked like a leg.
It had a leg in it.
Yeah, there was a leg.
So he gets a variety of frozen thawed meats, mostly chicks because they're going to have the highest content of protein to help build these strong flight muscles.
And that's something they would eat and find in the wild.
Yeah,
pretty
absolutely.
much, right?
They do have one of the most diverse diets of a wild owl. They can eat over 100 different prey species, so they are very varied.
And how old do they typically live?
So it's not super well known, but when they're under human care, they can live to be about 30 to 35 years old.
Wow. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
You're
Thank you,
very welcome.
Amadeus.
Thank you for having us.
Those are so good. I love owls so much. All right, so, well, from a high-flying predator, let's turn now our attention to another cool animal right here. Baker County High School met a couple fascinating mammals who spent a lot of time just chilling.
Hey, animal lovers. I am Aaliyah Evans, a freshman at Baker County High School, and today I got an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the sloth habitat with mammal care specialist Tina Torres. She introduced us to Chada, a Hoffman's two-toed sloth, and Ruth, a Linnaeus's two-toed sloth, and shared what it takes to care for these amazing, slow-moving superstars at Sloth Crossing. Let's dive in. What are something people might not know about two-toed sloths?
There's actually a lot of fun facts about these sloths. So they're called two-toed because their front limbs only have 2 toes. They're 2 nails, but their bottom feet, all sloths have 3 bottom toes. It's actually their nail, and their nail is really bone. It's with just a keratin sheath on it. So we don't really trim their nails. They naturally kind of trim their nails as they use different branches. It's just like cats when they scratch, you know, they kind of trim their own nails a little bit. I think a lot of people can relate to sloths because people are lazy. Right. Even though they are the slowest moving mammal, they can actually move fairly fast, especially if they feel threatened or endangered. They can move a lot faster than you would think. In the wild, the sloth's coat basically become its own little mobile ecosystem. So not only does it help the sloth camouflage in the wild, they'll start growing a lot of fungi and algae on their coats, and then obviously that attracts a bunch of different insects. So they will have beetles and moths living on them, and like I said earlier, it creates its own little mobile ecosystem. So the algae helps the sloths blend in with their environment and camouflage, and then they're also providing a habitat for other animals to live there.
Oh, I love to learn about the two-toed sloths. They are so cute. And, you know, there's over 2,000 animals that need your support with feeding. So obviously scan the QR code when you see that pop up. We're also going to take a look, I think, at the manatee river.
That's right.
And what's really cool, a manatee eats up to 100 pounds of romaine lettuce each day. That is crazy. Take a look.
Yeah, look at that. That's absolutely beautiful. All right, guys. And there are more high school stories coming up, and we'll announce the winner of our challenge tonight at 7:30 p.m. on ABC 25.
Yeah, we hope you tune in. We'll be right back.
Since 1914, the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens has been conserving, breeding, and repatriating animal and plant species far beyond the borders of our state, our region, and our nation. From the 122-acre campus in Northeast Florida, the zoo supports more than 35 plant and animal conservation programs regionally and globally. As a member of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, the zoo regularly collaborates with governments and NGOs to support and engage in conservation, education, and in helping local populations value and protect endangered animals and their environments. In countries around the world, Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens partners with local communities to discourage poaching and instead develop sustainable livelihoods in coexistence with wild species. Education is integral to the zoo's mission. The conservation of animal species depends on an educated population. Every habitat at the zoo offers visitors an opportunity to understand the terrain and vegetation needed to support animal wellness. The new Manatee River Project is a massive expansion of the Rescue and Rehabilitation Center and welcomes visitors with an unequaled opportunity to see these graceful and endangered mammals up close. The zoo is deeply rooted in our community, with the world-famous NFL Jaguars taking their name from the jaguars in this award-winning habitat. Botanical Gardens is in our name, and every plant at the zoo is placed to support the environment of the animals nearby. With more than 2,000 animals and acres of plant specimens, Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens is a vital asset in the preservation and protection of our world's wild animals and places and in the enrichment of our community. You can make a difference right now by supporting one of the world's great zoos and the animals they serve. All right, let's welcome back Dr. Ettling. Doctor, thank you so much for being here one more time. All right, so you've been engaged with the Association of Zoos and Aquariums for a really long time now, right?
Yes,
so
that's correct.
How does that benefit us here in the community?
Well, I think the first thing that it does is it really signifies that we meet the highest standards of animal well-being and conservation efforts here and around the world.
Gotcha. Okay, so what exactly does the Association of Zoos and Aquariums, what do they do?
So there are a support organization. There's probably about 230 accredited facilities, AZ accredited facilities here in the United States. And that is a mere less, probably 8% of the organizations in this country that have a USDA license to be a zoo. So it's very minimal number. It just shows the standards are so high that it takes a lot to be a member of AZA.
That's very, very cool. And we are one of the more top-ranked zoos here in the nation, right? What are we ranked?
Well, as of this past year, we were number 4 by USA Today. Right now, we're back in the running again, and we're sitting at number 3 right now.
Dr. Gutman, congratulations. That's amazing. Thank you so very much. All right, let's send it over to Jordan.
Well, you know, some of the oldest and definitely biggest animals here at our zoo are the elephants, and Stanton College Prep went behind the scenes to meet the African elephants.
The Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Garden opened the Land of the Tiger on March 8, 2014. Since then, the Land of the Tiger has been one of the most fascinating and most visited exhibits at the Jacksonville Zoo.
So here at Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens, we have 4 tigers. We have an adult male and female, Sinta and Bashir, and their 2 daughters, Beppy and Mina. These guys are from Malaysia. They are the second smallest type of tiger. They are very elusive. They live in dense, forested areas. They are critically endangered. There's possibly less than 400 left in the wild.
This 2.5-acre exhibit is meant to mimic the natural environment of the tropical rainforest in Malaysia. It also features the innovative tiger trails, which allow the tigers to walk above the visitors.
Keeping the tigers engaged and healthy here is actually one of the funnest parts of the job because it involves keeping both their minds and their bodies healthy and engaged. And the way that we do that is giving them a very nutritious full diet, and the way that we provide that diet, enrichment, training, and then also encouraging them to participate in their own health care. What we do when we design habitats is try to design really dynamic habitats. So tigers love water, so we make sure they have water to swim, to soak in. A lot of times they'd rather just soak on a hot day rather than actively swim. So they have areas where they can swim in one habitat, areas where they can kind of soak and wade in the water, rocky areas where they can get a little higher off the ground. So we just try to create a dynamic environment, and that's the best way that we can replicate the wild. In both of the habitats, we have zip lines that we can hang whole prey or enrichment on. It promotes that natural behavior of them, like getting whole prey. Anytime we see them doing a natural behavior is like incredible. They also really like scents. So a big one here is Obsession by Calvin Klein. That's like the holy grail for our cats. And they also really like pumpkin pie spice.
The Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens hopes that future offspring of their tigers can be released back into the wild so the Malayan tiger can look forward to a better and a brighter tomorrow.
We contribute is by keeping a viable, healthy population in human care so that maybe one day when there are protected areas, in their native lands, maybe Sinta and Bashir's great offspring could potentially be released back into the wild.
Welcome to the Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens, Land of the Tiger.
All right, sorry about that, guys. That was actually the video on the tigers, not the elephants.
That was, hey, all the animals here
it's
are
amazing, and they did a fantastic job.
That's right. And we are at the fabulous ViStar Skyscape, where next Friday, March 6th, the doors will open to the brand new Jay Wayne and Dolores Barr Weaver Manatee River.
Absolutely, and so we're asking for your commitment to help keep this zoo running and all the animals in the beautiful gardens here to be taken care of. So scan that QR code right there on your screen right now to donate.
That's right, and when we come back, our wildlife Wanderer is with some real-life characters that you might recognize from The Lion King.
Oh, really?
Hey, there you are.
There he is.
Oh, a warthog. I can't wait.
Welcome back. There are gorgeous birds and beautiful animals all over the zoo, but some of them aren't exactly what you might call cute.
Our wildlife wanderer, Curtis, is out there with some of the homeliest creatures.
Hey, wait a minute.
I know, I actually think they're kind of cute.
on.
Curtis, where are you?
That's
He's
right.
out there with the warthogs.
That's right, y'all. I'm out here at our warthog exhibit, and this is a really cool. This is a really cool space, and you need to come out here soon. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we got Nasura in here with her 3 piglets that are about 6 months old. I'm joined by Molly Pedraza, a mammal care specialist here. These piglets, we got 3 of them. They came around about 6 months ago.
Yep.
Tell folks who they are.
So these are our 3 piglets. We have 2 females and 1 male. Our females are Leela and Ripley, and our male is Anakin, inspired by some sci-fi heroes. And then we got their mom, Nasura.
And what's really cool is the reason I say you got to come out here soon to see these piglets is because we have a thing called the Species Survival Program, and it is a national organization, and they tell us when and where our babies are going to go. And Molly, you just told me some news that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad and it's also good news.
Bittersweet.
And it's not just a warthog thing. It happens with all the animals at all of our AZA accredited zoos, which is the gold standard of animal welfare. Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens is part of that. So they'll be going on to their next adventure, but that's hopefully to rear in a new family dynamic for Nasura and her partner, Mateo.
Mateo, that's right. Yeah, so come see them real soon because they are going to go on to start their own families at other zoos around the country. But don't worry, because I think we're going to have some other piglets because Mateo, the dad, really, really likes Nasura. So hopefully we have some more piglets soon.
Yep, some good chemistry there. That's what we're hoping for. And yeah, we're ready as anyone else for some new piggies and for these guys to go on their own adventure.
But it's a really great example of the conservation message we have going on here. We're creating a great population of warthogs to keep that population strong inside human care so that one day, if needed, we can put them back into the wild in areas that are protected. So come see Nasura and the 3 piglets and their names again.
Anakin, Ripley, and Leela.
Anakin, Ripley, and Leela. Really cool, guys. Mateo, you got to see him. Dad's going to see Mom here real soon. So anyway, hey guys, I'm going to come back and see you guys in a little bit, but come see the piglets before they're gone.
And I've seen the babies too, and they're so cute.
Yeah, they're amazing. No, they are. They're brilliant. Okay, so in addition to the animals, you know, the zoo has a huge botanical garden. So every plant at the zoo was chosen to fit a particular theme for the animal habitats they enhance. So this spring it'll be, a gorgeous river of color from the entrance throughout the zoo. It's gonna be beautiful.
So beautiful, and it takes a huge staff to maintain these gardens. So Paxson School for Advanced Studies brings us a look at the plants and the people who keep them healthy.
While zoos are best known for their animals, the Jacksonville and Botanical Gardens feature a hidden gem in plain sight, its colorful, intentional landscape. Horticulturalists such as our friend Cheo Rodriguez spend countless hours thoroughly planning and maintaining diverse plant collections.
You'll be immersed in an element that we affectionately call the River of Color, and it's more of a transitional area from one pocket garden space to the other. It's important for us to talk about plants because we're not only a zoo, we're also a recognized botanical garden. It's important for us to spark conversation with public to get them involved in conservation. Plant conservation is really important to us as horticulturists because we're able to go out and do the work to save species, just kind of informing the public on how they can get involved in plant conservation and why it's important. The Lantern Experience is the Colors of the Wild exhibit, so it's a seasonal exhibit. We worked very closely with the company that designs and builds these lanterns. We work closely with them whenever we're putting them into the pocket garden spaces to make sure that none of the areas are being crushed and that the plants are being very well respected. When you incorporate plants into an animal exhibit, it softens the exhibit itself. It offers enrichment for the animals themselves. It offers an element of wellness. Replicating these environments as closely as we can, I think, is really important for animals. It's very important for them to have places to hide, places for them to forage, and places for them to be enriched. Just us being in the garden spaces and talking and being able to talk with the public just seeing their faces whenever you explain that to them, and they're like, oh, I didn't know that. And now it kind of sparks that conversation that they can carry on and take with it.
The River of Color Garden is one of the most notable features, with warm hues that flow together like living currents. Wandering through these grounds feel less like viewing a display and more like living within an interactive painting.
Well, as you know, it has been a pretty winter for gardeners, and while it takes a lot of people to care for thirsty plants and hungry animals, there are also folks here who care for the people.
I'm Rosario. I'm the executive chef here at Jacksonville Zoo, and I take care of humans.
That's right, because we need to eat too. Okay, so, all right, tell me a little bit about what's going on here, because this is stuff that we're going to find in the restaurants, right?
Correct, yes. You would definitely find it in our Palm Plaza restaurant and our Trout River Grill.
Okay.
And we offer a variety of food, salads, pizzas, tenders.
Yeah. Tender. This is like a whole giant breast, man. Look at this thing. Boom.
Oh, it is. Oh, my
really
goodness.
good, too.
We
Good
sell
grief.
so much of it. We have an Asian chill salad, our tomato mozzarella pizza, bee sting pizza, our tenders, assorted array of cookies, some donuts, the Blues burger, specialty burger, and our BOT fish sandwich.
Okay, so but the food, like in the restaurants, it's not just in the restaurants. You guys have food outside, like all over the park, right?
Yes, we do. We offered Dippin' Dots, ice cream. We offer popcorn and cotton candy.
And cotton candy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so all right, one of the things that we were talking about off camera before we got started with this is that there's like a new super duper kitchen here.
Yes.
Tell me what's going on with that?
Catering heaven. All for catering for large groups. If you want to have a large group in here at Jacksonville Zoo, that whole kitchen is going to be set up for you.
All right, so we have all kinds of delicious stuff here. We have sweets, right? You've been rolling those out. This is phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah,
This is really,
thank
really
you.
delicious. Now, the only thing my last real question is, and the folks at home that watch First Coast Living, they know for sure where my loyalties lie. You guys sell beer here too, right?
We do. We do.
Because you got to wash this stuff down.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I let you go, because I know that you're a very, very busy man, where do we find this stuff, right? Like, and give us like kind of like that, like, are the restaurants open from the time that the gates open till the time they close? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so we're open 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. We only close twice a year.
Okay.
So we're open here for all families.
So they're ready. You're ready to go.
We are ready to go.
Chef Ramon,
Ready
thank
to
you, bro.
service.
I know we got a crew sitting back here that is ready to just get to town, so we need to get to it.
Let's go.
All right, Chef. Thanks very much, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, David, how was your lunch?
It didn't suck one bit, but I did miss
It
out on the
looked
bear.
I'm sure, but that's okay. Maybe after this.
Absolutely. All right, so without another cool segue, let's move on to another ambassador, our animal ambassador. So if you live in the suburbs or near the woods, you know, you probably have seen one of these, right? If it's a very beneficial resident here in Northeast Florida, so don't freak out when you see a corn snake and check it out.
I used to have one actually. Caitlin Bolton is an interpretive guide here at the zoo, and so who did you bring with you today?
Hey, this is Calypso. So Calypso is a corn snake.
Oh my gosh, tell us about their diet.
So these guys will eat lots of little mammals, sometimes some lizards, lots of little things. They're pretty small snakes, so they're going to help us out by eating those pests, like those little mice.
Cool.
And then some people might look at the color and think copperhead or you know, something like that. So what is the difference?
Yeah, definitely. So
Yeah,
these
that's a
guys are
good
not
question.
venomous. Okay. So these guys are really good to have around. Sometimes you might find them in your garden, but they do kind of look similar because of the color.
Right.
But you just watch out for them, give them their space, and they'll be great helping you out in your garden.
Right, so, but how do I tell the difference if I see that in the yard? Right.
Yeah. So one thing we like to say is just give any snake some space because it can be really hard. But these guys are a little bit smaller. They have a little bit different shaped head, but overall, just give any snake space. Let them have their space and let them go on their way. Help you out with those eating those mice and those rats.
Thank you so
Very
much,
cool.
Caitlin, for that. Really appreciate that.
All right, and when we get back, we'll hear from Dr. Elling about his vision for the future and what you can expect at the grand opening on March 6th. We'll be right back. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at the Manatee River. Welcome back, guys. We're under the Vistar Skyscape with Dr. Jeff Ettling, President and CEO of Jacksonville Zoo and Botanical Gardens.
That's right, and this whole new face of the zoo is fantastic. Looks beautiful in here. So tell us about the J. Wayne and Dolores Bar Weaver Manatee River. What will folks expect to see March 6th?
You're going to see one of our focal conservation efforts front and center as you enter the zoo and botanical gardens and as you leave. 330,000 gallons, makes it one of the largest in the state. And we'll be able to triple our capacity in terms of the number of manatees we can rehabilitate here.
That's so amazing. And by the way, number 3 in the nation so far for zoos.
Right.
You can go to jackzoo.org/vote. Let's get to number 1.
Absolutely. All right, so that is all the time that we have for us today. So just make sure that you tune back in at 7:30 tonight on ABC 25, where we will get a closer look at the Manatee River and we'll announce the winners of the high school challenge.
It is so exciting. All the high schools have done so well. Thank you so much for letting us be here with you today. And again, debuting Friday, March 6th.
That's right.
The beautiful new Zoovination.
Yeah, make sure you come on out and check it out. That's going to do it for us. Y'all have a great day. South Africa.